Where do I even start? Well, the first time I met him, funny enough, was right here in Sandton, where I'm back again to say my final goodbyes. But it was right here at Mandela Square. He was having lunch, and then we went to the same restaurant, and that's around the same time that I met him. And he called me over to his table because I was staring at him, but I was afraid to go towards his table, and I was staring. And then he called me over, and then he was like, yeah, come through. And then he was like, gonna take a picture. Then I agreed, and then we took pictures, we spoke, asked me who I am, and then asked me if I'm part of the Megacy, and then gave me a hug. He was very good at hugs, gave me a hug, and then yeah, the rest is history. And then fast forward 2022, the last time I saw him was at Back to the City, and that's where he gave his one of probably the most amazing performance of his life in front of thousands and thousands of people. And yeah, to say I'm sad or I'm heartbroken would be an understatement. I can't even describe how I'm feeling. It's a lot of emotions, it's a lot of feelings, especially now. Now at first I felt alone, but now I'm feeling much better because I'm within the Megacy, if I may say. I'm within a lot of people who clearly loved him because they all showed out. They're all wearing t-shirts, they're all playing his music, they all here to come and pay their last respects and their goodbyes to the SupaMega. So yeah, it's really, really something which is so sad. It's heartbreaking, but God knows, and as in the words of AKA, it's God's will.
Hi, my name is Ongiwe. Yeah. I came here to pay my last respect to Kiernan because of the role that he has played in South African music. And well, I'm not a hip-hop head, but somehow, somewhere, I felt connected with his music. Especially the song Uthath'is Gubhu. Yeah, well, so yeah, but his music was nice. It got me. So I felt that let me just come here and pay my last respect to him, and yeah, that's it.
Commander's Money. Listen, I'm going to say it as it is. I'm not even going to sugarcoat anything. Let me tell you, without AKA Kiernan, we're missing a big piece of the puzzle in African, in the continent's hip-hop, in the country's hip-hop, in global hip-hop. So my heartfelt condolences is that, you know, to all AKA's family, immediate family, South African family, global family, I'd like to say keep strong. What we know for sure is that he is one in a million to have touched our lives. I'm personally older than AKA. When I went to the schools, got bursaries to go to the better schools, I met people like AKA who were already, you know, part of those cultures, but they made it easy for us coming from the hood to say, Jayam, what to do, what's up, what's going on. Because I was at St. David's, young man was at St. John's, and the schools would meet, whether it's on the sports field or cultural events, and he was always the guy that makes sure that every other black guy, and I'm not trying to make this racial, actually fits in, because you would know that these ones are from the north and, you know, those ones are from the south, but he'd be the bridge all the time. And as a young person, I take my hat off. I mean, even during the times of Pro Kid, when Pro said, you know, I want to give these youngins a chance and work with them, AKA was one of those youngins. When I turned my head, I was like, with pleasure, because he was one of the ones that took care of the hood when the hood was outside the hood. And that's why today, when we're here at Sandton Convention Centre, look outside. The hood is here for Kiernan. And because, let me tell you something, one thing that a lot of people don't know about Kiernan, I see you guys on the social media, all you Twitter heroes and social media heroes, let me tell you, Kiernan was a real hero. Whenever the hood needed anything, Kiernan would show up and never even post about it. Whenever there's a problem in the township, be it in Soweto or Eldos or even as far as Cape Town, if money is needed, Kiernan would not, you didn't have to ask him, he'd make sure that bill is covered. Whether it's a young kid that has to go to school, whether it's this or that, Kiernan will always be there. So with that, we say it's a big loss in Soweto, in our townships. Commanders Money and Tante Lux, before I get too emotional about this thing. Money.
Hi, I loved AKA, like literally from the very first album. I was quite pushy to get my husband to get him airplay when he was the program manager at Y, and got him booked for 1,000,001 corporate gigs. I pushed the plug. My son's first rap song is AKA's song. interestingly enough, it's actually one of probably the second soundtrack to my relationship with my husband. So it was a hot Saturday. It was a very hot Saturday. But I'm here, playing hooky from work. So yeah, to the family, thank you for the kid, thank you for the talent, thank you for the music, and forever thank you for the memories. R.I.P. Kiernan. You were loved.
Alright, impact, right? What impact did AKA have? AKA was impact. You know, he demonstrated the power of the human spirit. He was just a testament to that. He was charismatic, he's an icon, still is, still was, always will be, right? And that's why it's just so fitting to say he's from 88 to infinity. And in terms of which song would actually stand out for me from AKA, maybe Jesus Plug, but if we're being honest, the entire catalog is just stellar. So yeah, rest in peace, Kiernan.
I can't remember the exact date or which year it is, but I remember I fell in love with him after he released the song Jealousy. That's when I became like a huge fan. I just followed him. I've seen him perform live more than, I don't know, I can't even keep count. That's how much. His passing has really shook me to the core, especially the way he passed on. I feel like it was very brutal, and I believe in him getting justice. I wish that he does get justice for his killing. I wish that he does get justice, and crime must just fall. This is so sad, you know. AKA was our superstar. South Africa will never be the same without him. There was no other SupaMega. There's only one SupaMega. I mean, there's so much I could say about him because the list is endless. I was saying during the week that I feel like fame chose him. He didn't choose fame because the way he was such a star, the way he just executed his craft, it was so effortless. He was born for this, you know. I know every song by him. I mean, my WhatsApp this whole week, it was just dedicated. My WhatsApp status this whole week, it was just dedicated to AKA. That's how much of a fan I am, you know. A friend of mine couldn't come through with me, and I was like, I'm going alone. That's how much I love him. I'll go alone. I'm going there to be in the moment and pay my last respects to our superstar. There'll never be anybody like him. And I'm just broken. I'm just sad, you know. And I hope and pray and believe that he is resting and he is in a better place. So long live SupaMega, long live.
Chin up, hands up for my big chin up. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much, Uncle Tony. Thank you, Marlene.
I think I have a responsibility towards his people, his fans, the people that supported him for almost 2 decades now. 2 decades of AKA, 2 decades of SupaMega. Today, a week ago, I normally speak from the heart, but I need to read this, I can't remember. Today, a week ago, my heart was shattered into countless pieces. But today and every other day going forward, it will not just be about me, the rest of our family, extended family and friends. It will be about the Megacy as our broader family. I believe that is what Kiernan would have wanted, because Kiernan belonged to all of us. across the world, Africa, and his beloved South Africa. We know that he took the flag onto the stage with him everywhere he went.
Hey guys, so today we're at the Sandton Convention Centre to celebrate the life of Kiernan, aka Jarryd Forbes. I've personally been touched by his work, by his music, by his life, just him being the person that he was. And I think today is such a bittersweet moment because we have so many people who've shown up to pay their last respects and to pay tribute and to honor AKA. It's such a sad day, especially for someone who is so full of life, someone who's so young and passionate and who genuinely cared about music, and not just music but the country. It's with great honor that I get to say I'm an early fan who had the opportunity to grow with one of my favorite celebrities, and I hope his family will eventually come to terms with the loss. I wish them my sincerest condolences, and yeah,